the watch. I tell him, I'll sell it to you, but come tomorrow. And I go and buy the watch and bring it here. I paid for it cash. He comes tomorrow and I say, this is the watch. I'll sell it for you for 1,200. He said, I changed my mind. I said, how do you change your mind? I paid $1,000 for it. Should I change my mind? No obligation. And he leaves. Who's stuck? I'm stuck. Now I try to sell it $1,000, $1,000, nobody's buying it. $990, $950, $900, he will buy it. I lost $100. So there is the risk. This is when transaction becomes halal, because there is a risk. I am guaranteeing the money. If anything happens to it, the product is mine. Unlike riba, when you buy and sell money, there is no loss on you. There is no risk on you. And we will come to discuss this later on, inshallah. Now, is it permissible to sell a pile of rice without measuring it? The Prophet says no, alayhi salam. You have to also measure it. You have to apply your own means of measurement, whether kilogram or size, so that you do not buy just a pile. You buy something that is specific, that is quantified. Because sometimes you see a pile and you think that it's about 100 kg. And you buy it, and when you go home, it's 40 kg. What is this? You have to quantify it, you have to measure it, as mentioned in previous hadith. Now, again, the hadith is talking about food stuff, about grain usually, about wheat. But does it cascade on everything, such as animals, such as cars, things that can be transported, or such as properties? Buying a building, buying a villa, buying a flat. Can I sell it before actually possessing it or not? Scholars differ. Some of them say this only applies to removable things, such as food, etc., that I can remove from one place to the other. And the most authentic opinion is that no, it applies in everything you buy. So I'm talking to you, Akhi, how much you want in your flat? You say 200,000. Said, khalas, I buy it. And you say, I sell it. The transaction is made. Shake hands, khalas, intaha, over. Another one calls, said, yes, about the flat you were talking about. Said, yes, I have it. How much are you going to sell it for? 300,000. And the man is still standing. What will happen? Shaitan will come to him. He says, I'm not willing to sell it anymore. 50% I would lose? No, I'm not selling it. We had a deal. Deal or no deal? I'm not selling it. This would cause enmity, hatred among Muslims. So what to do? He has to deliver it. He has to give me possession of it. How? Well, if it's something that is removable, like wheat, like food, how would I possess it? Taking it. Take, this is your food. Thank you. If it's something that is heavy and on transportation, this is the whole lorry is yours. The whole truck is yours. Khalas, this is the money, give me my truck. If it's something that is not movable, like a building, or a house, how would I possess it? By him giving me the keys. Khalas, I took all of my stuff. Here's the key. The house is yours. Now I can sell it. Or by signing the deeds. You know, you go to the government and say that he sold me his property and this is the deeds, and it authenticated, khalas, it's done. So this has to be implemented. This has to be done so that everything would be clear and no hatred, no grudges would come between the Muslims. Otherwise, if you sell something without collecting it, without possessing it, there will be lots of bad feelings included. Again, this goes in foodstuff, in things that can be considered to be means of transportation, animals, cars, etc. And it also can be in real estate, in property. Now, one of the things in current Islamic transactions is known as tawarruq. Tawarruq is to buy something in installments because you need money and you cannot afford to have a loan in cash. So you go to someone and say, I'll buy your car for such and such in installments. He says, agree. You buy the car, you take it and you sell it somewhere else for lesser amount of cash. And then you utilize the cash. A lot of the banks are doing this, but in an un-Islamic fashion. How is this done? This is what we will find, inshallah, after the break. So stay tuned.
Assalamu alaikum. I'm Zakir Naik, and you're watching Peace TV, the solution for humanity.
The more you hear about it, the more you desire to prepare for it. Life after death. Journey of the soul. The day of resurrection. The torment of the hellfire. The reward of paradise. Stay tuned for a life-changing, heart-softening, spiritually uplifting series about the hereafter exclusively on Peace TV.
Know the vivid descriptions of paradise and hellfire from the Quran and authentic ahadith, and acquire life-changing habits to be successful in the hereafter. Every Tuesday at 11:30 p.m. and repeat telecast at 12:30 p.m. Saudi Arabia on Peace TV. Islam covers all aspects of this life and the hereafter.
We begin with the letter A. A is for what? A is for Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, the creator of the heavens and the earth.
The do's and don'ts, the freedom to choose, to decide our way of life.
My prayer, my fasting, my zakah, my hajj, my slaughter.
As per our wise creator's will or our uncertain human will.
Everything is only for Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala.
Bilal Ismail.
Purification, a super important matter in our Sharia, as we will learn A to Z of purification.
Appreciate the holistic approach of Islam in dealing with various affairs of life in A to Z series. Next on Peace TV.
Assalamu alaikum and welcome back. Now, tawarruq, the most authentic opinion is that it's permissible. You need money, no one is lending you, so you buy a property or you buy something in installments for a higher price, and then you take it and sell it somewhere else. What the banks are doing, the so-called Islamic banks, they're doing this, which is fine. The problem is that when you go and you tell them, listen, I'd like to buy something from you. What do you have? They say, we have wood, or we have air conditioning. We have a number of units of air conditioners, and we will sell you. The street value is 1,000. We will charge you 10% over that. How many do you have? We have up to 1,000. So we can give you 1,000,000 if you wish. So I said, okay, I'll buy it. But where is it? They say it's in our stores somewhere. So I say, okay, on paper, I buy 1,000 units of this air conditioning. And they say, okay, now this another document, you sign that you've authorized us to sell it for you. So I signed another contract authorizing them to sell what I have just bought from them. And in 10 minutes after signing, you will find 1,000,000 in your bank account. What is this? He said, we already sold it. You sold it to me, and then you sold it to someone else. And I did not see any air conditioners or any merchandise. All what I saw was contract signing, and I get the money in my bank account. This is not permissible. This is organized tawarruq, which is forbidden by the Islamic committees, Sharia boards. And this goes on and on. You have to, if you want to buy something like this, you have to possess it. Tell them the 1,000 air conditioners, give me the receipts, and I would ship them myself, and I sell them to someone else. I said, oh no, if this is the case, you have to come next week, maybe 10 days. Why? Because they actually do not own it. It's only on paper, and they're circulating it, and this is not permissible. And we will come to discuss some of the dealings of the Islamic banks, inshallah, on later on programs. So we open the floor for any questions.
Assalamu alaikum, Sheikh. There are things which are nowadays very popular in buying on, especially in online cases, like on whether it be on eBay or any other website. So we purchase it on installment basis. The price of the thing is different, but when we buy it on installment, it is different, but the interest is not involved. They say 0% interest. Sometimes they round up the amount. For example, XYZ product is for 29,990 bucks. But on installment, they make it 30. So 10 rupees extra, so that there will be 10 installment of 3,000 bucks each. So there is no interest involved in it. And some other installments are, like it is cost for 30,000 and they make it on installment 35,000. So that every installment will be of 3,500 each. So what's the ruling on that?
This is my pen. Very expensive pen. If someone comes to me and says, how much is your pen? I would say, to you, I'll sell it for $1,000. If another brother comes and says, how much would you sell me this pen? I say, to you, I'll sell it for $500. Does brother A has the right to come and say, why are you selling it $500 more for me? Does he have the right? Does anyone has the right? It's my pen. I sell it for $1, for 500, for 1,000, for 1,000,000. It's none of your business. It's my pen. Agreed? Okay. Now we take another scenario. The brother says, how much is your pen? I said, 500. The brother says, how much is your pen? I say, it is 500. He said, I don't have money. So if I were to give you $100 a month, what would you say? I say, well, this is different. If you want to give me $100 a month, I will sell it to you for 1,000. So is there any problem? He said, yeah, this is increase, this is interest. No, it's not interest. We did not make a transaction yet. He can say, no, I don't want it. Or he can say, okay, it's good for me because it's easier for me to give it in installments rather to give it in one go. So selling it in installments is permissible. This is permissible because the merchandise is being delivered, the price is being postponed. And we have 4 types, and we will come to discuss this inshallah later on. We have 4 types when it comes to the merchandise and the price. Either that both are immediate, the money, merchandise. There is no problem that this is, no dispute. This is halal, this is selling and buying. Number 2, both are delayed and postponed. Meaning, I'll buy this pen from you 6 months from now, and I'll give you the money after 1 year. So neither the pen is being sold immediately, nor the price is being given immediately. And this is haram, because this is majhul. This is something unrealized. Now, it will be later on, at a later time, this transaction is not permissible. The third type is when the merchandise is immediate and the price is later. This is halal. Whether it's cash or in installments. Give me the pen for 100, it's the pen. I'll give you the money in 2 months' time. No problem. The opposite is also permissible, is when you pay in advance and you will get the merchandise after a while. 6 months, 1 year. And this is called as-salam. And we will get to this, inshallah, transaction of as-salam in later on programs. So what you're talking about in installments, it's legitimate, it's acceptable. However, the thing is that the price, the final price should be final. In the sense that, okay, I'd like to buy your pen, but we do not discuss the price. So it can be 500 cash or 1,000 in installments. But khalas, you agreed to buy it. This is haram. Before we agree on the selling and buying, you have to determine, you want it 500 or 1,000? If he says 1,000 in installments, this is done. Now, after 5-6 months, he did not pay his installments on time. Can I increase the price and make it from 1,000 to 1,200? No, this is clear riba. The price is unchangeable. $1,000 installments, whether you do it in a year or 5 years or 10 years, it has to be 1,000, no increase, because then the increase would be on the debt, and this is riba. So I hope it's clear, Isham. Yes, Akhi.
If I have heap of rice and someone buys it for $100 from me, and he gives me the money and he starts to sell on the spot, and a third man comes and he buys it for $150, can I cancel the deal?
No, you cannot cancel, because the deal with the first one has been done.
But we have not parted.
No, he gave you the money and you accepted. So the deal is done. Now, you did not deliver the rice yet. It's still there. Him selling it is forbidden for him as sinful. But you don't have the right to go back on your transaction. And this happens a lot in real estate. When you get someone who has a real estate office and he sells and buys lands. So he's got a plot, someone comes and says, khalas, I'll buy this for 1 million rupees, for example. And you say, okay, agreement. Tomorrow, inshallah, we will go to the governor's office and transfer the deeds in your name. 2 hours later, someone calls, said, how much are you selling this plot for? And I say, how much you're offering? He said, I'm offering 2 millions. 2 millions, double the price. So you call your friend and say, listen, as for the agreement, I canceled it. This is sinful. And this is stealing, because the transaction is his, khalas. The money is 100%, or the plot is 100% his, even if he did not give you the money. The minute a Muslim says to the other, I give you my property in this, and he says, I accept, the deal is over as long as they have separated. You can only change your mind if you are still with the brother in the same room, not separated. The brother with the red shirt.
Assalamu alaikum.
Salam.
What is the ruling regarding to digital money? The money is not in our hands, it's in digital form. So what is the ruling behind that?
What is digital money? Is it something that you buy digital things, so it's not real, it's virtual? It's like the game on Facebooks and you buy a farm and...
No, it's not like that. It's actual money I'm talking about.
If it is actual money, then it is money. See, it can be banknotes in your hand. So, if I understand your question, digital money is like having a credit card which allows you to buy something online. Is it?
Yeah, it's that only.
So this is like actual money, because at the end of the day, you're going to pay for it. This money is not for free. It's from your bank account. And likewise, when you buy stuff on the internet through digital money, this is not something from thin air. It is, at the end of the day, taken from your bank account. So if I understand your question correctly, this is the same ruling as the money. Unfortunately, we come to the conclusion of today's program. So, inshallah, looking forward to meet you next time. Until then, fi amanillah. Wassalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.